We are presented by Progressive Insurance. Tune in for football action Sunday. Chiefs, Raiders. Coverage begins noon Eastern on select ESPN radio stations.
I have a question for you.
Yeah, what happened?
What material is that jacket? I've been prompted to ask you.
Like, I think it's a pleathery
No, the
leather.
other. Is it velour?
No, it's just regular sweatshirt.
Oh, it's sweatshirt material. Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I've worn this before.
Have you? I don't remember it.
I don't either.
But I was prompted to ask what that fabric was.
That jacket looks new.
People
to me.
were inquiring.
I've worn this. Oh, the undershirt's a little. What, Mike Jackson's coming back on?
You got that Michael Jackson Thriller jacket.
He's not coming off if Michael Jackson is playing. He didn't like that.
Yeah, that was bad. If you don't know what we're talking about, go back in the podcast from yesterday. And listen, Mike Jackson, corner for the Panthers, joined us, and Pat Costello came back, which I think is smart with music.
It was Beat It.
Around Michael Jackson music. Like when just inside radio. The production we just played, Cowboys Commanders. That's obviously what we're about to talk about.
About the Alice Cowboys.
Stop, Smalls.
Don't Mike Jackson of the Panthers was annoyed, rightfully so, that Pat took the easy way out and just played Michael Jackson. Anyway,
please get us out of this.
I didn't get us into it. I can't be blamed for this too.
There was just questions about the jacket. I asked him.
Okay. Cowboys, Commanders. There's been some debate here as to this game is more important for blank. Harry Douglas, of course, Freddie and Harry, weekdays 3 p to 7 p Eastern here on ESPN Radio, had this to say about the Commanders.
They already have 3 losses, and their 3 losses are 2 NFC opponents. They lost to the Packers, the Falcons, and the Bears. Okay. That Bears game may come back to haunt them. When you look at their schedule right now, they have the Dallas Cowboys this weekend. Lord and behold, do not let them lose to the Dallas Cowboys, because the next few games that they have, Chiefs, Seahawks, Lions. That is a pretty daunting schedule for the Washington Commanders.
It's interesting to point out the way Harry did it, because I like the way he did it they have 3 losses. That illuminates it for me. The Commanders and Cowboys have the same number of losses, which is weird to think at this point through the season, considering what our preseason thoughts were on the Commanders and what our preseason thoughts were, especially the moment after they traded Micah Parsons, on the Cowboys. So this game means more for Washington or Dallas this weekend?
Oh, I think it means more for Dallas. That franchise is at a crossroads. They traded their best player on the eve of the season. To me, this is all about the Dallas Cowboys and whether or not the team on the field can justify the owner's confidence and his plans to add at the trade deadline. The Dallas Cowboys go out here and lose again, there's no way that Jerry Jones can explain why he still wants to use premium draft capital in order to add to this group, knowing that the ceiling is not what it once was. You can't keep throwing good money after bad. Sometimes you just have to admit that this is going to be a lost season and function forward off of that. Try to do the best that you can to get answers about who can be a part of the core moving forward and who you need to move off of. But I think that's where the Dallas Cowboys are at. I know it's still early. We haven't even reached the halfway point of the season, but it feels like one of those inflection points, one of those pivotal moments down in Big D.
And I go the other way. I think this game is more important for Washington for several reasons. One, you need to capitalize on Jayden Daniels at this point in his career. And I know he was injured to start the season, so that's why things have been a little inconsistent. But if you're Washington, you're sitting there at 3-3. The Cowboys look a little better than we expected them to. So do the Giants. But the Eagles are a big question. We don't know if this is something that they're going to be able to remedy the issues that they're having on offense, or if we're going to see it go into decline like we did 2 years ago. If you're Washington, you have to stack up these wins while you can, especially with the schedule that Harry just outlined, the next 3 games that they have coming up. You have to win this game versus the Cowboys to get another division game in hand, because those teams behind you may be a little bit better than you think.
I can't believe how much we rush quarterbacks. I just like it's amazing to me. We rush them into playing in the rookie year, and they got to do well, and then we fire the coach. And now, I don't know if you're rushing, but part of your response and saying, hey, the Commanders better turn this around and get in the right direction here is, well, he's in his 2nd year. He's not that far away from the rookie extension. Everything. It just feels so rushed.
If you hit on a quarterback this early and you know he's the guy and he's healthy, what is more valuable than a franchise quarterback on a rookie deal?
Nothing, but here's the point that Evan always makes. You got to have a quarterback that can outperform his contract. No matter what they pay Jayden Daniels, he has the ability to outperform his contract. No matter what they pay.
So there is no rush. Then.
There is no rush. That's what I'm saying.
You can turn him into $60 million in 3 years, and you'll still be a good
Still
team.
be harder to put the puzzle
You feel good about
together.
the head coach?
Not as good as you do, but yes,
Okay. Do you feel good about the general manager?
very much.
You
so.
feel good about them working in tandem, being in lockstep?
Clearly,
Okay. You feel good about the quarterback?
yes.
Okay. So I don't.
So there is no rush.
There is no rush to me. Like I'm not saying that you want to squander opportunities to be competitive. That's not what I'm saying, right? You got to try to win them when you can win them. But I don't look at this Washington Commanders team as a true championship contender. That defense is awful. We spent a lot of time killing the Dallas Cowboys because they don't play no defense. Have you watched the Washington Commanders? They let opposing offenses run up and down the field like it's a track meet. Their defense is awful. So, I mean, I don't know that even Jayden Daniels, as good as he is going to be capable of being able to overcome that. So we'll see what ends up happening with the Commanders moving forward. But for the Dallas Cowboys, they got a quarterback that's 30 years old that they're paying $60 million a year to. It's time. And if it's not time, if you don't think your team is close, then you've got to take drastic steps to accelerate the timeline and improve your squad. And so I think that's what the Dallas Cowboys are trying to figure out right now. They're at a crossroads. Which way do we go? Do we try to push our chips to the middle of the table for this team, or are we already in planning mode for 2026?
Smalls, if the Commanders this year go 10-7 or 9-8 and miss the playoffs, so winning record but miss the playoffs, you're going to say it's a wasted year or a down year for them?
You don't think it would be a disappointment based off what happened last year if the Commanders follow up a season where they went from 4 wins to the Final Four and then they missed the playoffs?
Even if their quarterback missed multiple games?
And they have a winning record. In this hypothetical, which is not that far off, obviously.
Yeah, I'd still I guess it always depends on context and how it looks, but I would say it's a disappointment.
Yeah, and I guess I would say last year was such an anomaly for a rookie quarterback to take a team that far. It kind of evens itself out and gets us right to where it should be going into year 3 for Jayden Daniels.
Yeah, and Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel both didn't practice yesterday. And it's a short week for them. I just think it sets up for the Dallas Cowboys to be able to go out there and stack a win. We'll see whether or not they're able to get it done on Sunday.
Who would have thought the Super Bowl in '86 would have played a factor in terms of the trash talking this weekend? We'll explain next. We're on Sportsmanlike. To the phenomenal win for the Cincinnati Bengals last night. Joe Burrow is going to try to come back this season for Cincinnati. Are you ready to say that that's not the right move for the Bengals?
No. Joey B is a top 5 quarterback in this league. Anytime you have a chance to get him back on the field, that's what you do. Now, you don't want him to rush back.
Why is that?
Well, you don't want him to hurt himself. Like with the injury history or all of that thing. Like Joe Flacco is your quarterback for right now, but Joe Burrow is your franchise guy for the next decade plus.
But
so
did
you don't
last
want to
night
do
tell you anything though about his
here's
situation?
The thing. I don't think the Cincinnati Bengals should do anything to jeopardize Joey B's health long term in his career. Right?
But?
Like, you don't want to do that. There is no but.
No, I just think that...
Like, it's a hard stop. Like, he had a significant lower leg injury. You want to make sure that he's 100% right before you put him back out there. And you got to remember, when you get to December and January football, the intensity, the speed of the game, all of that stuff picks up. So to come off the couch and to be thrust into that situation where your team is in the playoff mix, that is a tough spot for anybody to come back in. I'm not saying that Joey B can't do it.
Yeah.
Because he's one of the best in the game and one of the best of this generation. But I just think that they have to be very careful with when they bring him back, the timeline that they put him on. I understand the excitement and everybody wanting to believe that there's hope, but you have to be cautious when handling the quarterback that's going to be around for the next decade.
You have to be cautious, but you also can't miss the playoffs 3 seasons in a row.
But last night, Smalls, last night we saw how great those wide receivers are. Yep. Does that tell you anything about Burrow and his tenure in Cincinnati?
Well, listen, any quarterback is going to look a whole lot better when he's got those 2 wide receivers. They're $70 million a year worth of receivers. They're worth every penny, don't get me wrong. But if you're a good quarterback, you're going to look like a great quarterback. If you're a great quarterback, you're going to look like the best in the game. Because those 2 guys, you can make an argument, are in consideration for best in the game. There's a reason why Jamar Chase rating on Madden was 99. He showed it last night. There's nothing that he can't do on the football field. 23 targets, that's the most since Antonio Brown over a decade ago. Like, this dude is unbelievable. So, yeah, I think that Jamar Chase and T. Higgins are cheat codes, and they're going to enhance the attributes of whatever quarterback is throwing them the football.
Did you just do a Brady